Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well today. And today we are going to discuss a very interesting case study. Some facts and details regarding this case study are written in the description below, so you can read from there. And this case study teaches a lot of aspects about efficiency, productivity in our workers at our organization, workplace. Also teaches us a lot of aspects of how a very basic observation can help us in cost reduction, cost savings, and optimum utilization of resources. So let's get started. A letter was written to Mr. P.V. Brown, Department 731. It stated, I understand that the report below was written by one of your engineers after a recent symphony concert. I want to compliment you on inspiring such zeal for constructive improvement and elimination of unnecessary waste. The letter was written by Mr. Theodore V. Hauser, Chairman of the Board, Sears, Roebuck and Co. A report was written on June 16, 1955. It titled, How to be Efficient with Fewer Violins. Violin is a kind of a musical instrument. The report stated that for considerable periods, the four oboe players had nothing to do. Now, oboe again is a musical instrument. The number should be reduced, and the work spread more evenly over the whole of the concert, thus eliminating peaks of activity. All of the 12 violins were playing identical notes. This seems unnecessary duplication. The staff of this section should be drastically cut. If a larger volume of sound is required, it could be obtained by electronic apparatus. Much effort was absorbed in the playing of demi-semi-quavers. This seems to be an unnecessary refinement. It is recommended that all notes should be rounded up to the nearest semi-quaver. If this were done, it would be possible to use trainees and lower-grade operatives more extensively. There seems to be too much repetition of some musical passages. Scores should be drastically pruned. No useful purpose is served by repeating on the horns a passage which has already been handled by the strings. It is estimated that if all redundant passages were eliminated, the whole concert time of 2 hours could be reduced to 20 minutes and there would be no need for an intermission. The conductor agrees with these recommendations, but expressed the opinion that there might be some falling off in the box office receipts. In that unlikely event, it should be possible to close sections of the auditorium entirely with a consequential saving of overhead expenses, lighting, attendance, etc. This report was written by Mr. John Aldridge, Director of Research at Sears, Roebuck and Co. from 1946 to 1957. So what do we learn from this case study? The key takeaways can be the first, about a productive work and an achieving worker. The second can be cost-saving observation, how some simplistic observation led to some brainstorming regarding cost-saving within the concert. Optimum utilization of resources. Internal audit must be conducted on timely basis with proper monitoring and action process in structure. External audits must take place at least once a year in your organization. Just like carbon emission audits and strategy we do within our organization, also some social compliance audits and accounting, financial audits, it is also important that a timely inspection and action plan must be made for every resource within the organization as well. Ask questions like, do we really require these many resources for our project or team or within the organization? Or what can be eradicated? Where we can save cost and where not to compromise on quality, that should be, always brainstorm and put it on paper on regular basis. Use softwares to assess and monitor while evaluating and creating an action plan. That also involves details of resources, number of resources required, quality over quantity or quantity over quality. What do you want to prefer? Might be subject to in aspect with your project or your industry as well. Conduct team meetings to gain effective outcomes, and then communicate internally and externally when required. So that's it for today's case study, and I hope you learned something out of it that you can actually brainstorm over and think about within your own organization that you are working for or running as an entrepreneur. So stay tuned for many more interesting articles, stories, and case studies related to management. See you next week.